For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Matthew 24:4. On July 22nd, 2022, Jordan Peele released a new movie called Nope. Now, I haven't seen this movie in its entirety. However, just by watching the trailer, I was able to pick out some very interesting things that let me know that this movie, like the orchestrated satanic ritual sacrifices we've been discussing, is meant to exalt the devil, his fallen angels, and the Antichrist. Let's get into it then. Reports state that the movie grossed $44 million at the box office this past weekend. We know that the number 44 points to Barack Obama. Not only that, but the title, Nope, is a play on Obama's slogan of hope.
It's been you who fueled my dogged faith in our future, even when the odds were great, even when the road is long. Hope in the face of difficulty, hope in the face of uncertainty, the audacity of hope.
We saw this when a poster of Trump was made into a Nope poster. As a side note, for those of you who may not be aware, let me state explicitly that I am not a Trump supporter, and in fact, in past videos, I've shown how Trump, like the rest of these Satan worshippers, was chosen to play a specific role in the destruction of America, which will lead to the rise of the one world government or beast system, which will be led by the Antichrist, Obama.
Someone should get to the bottom of that. And I know just the guy to do it, Donald Trump.
Trump was used to represent the 16th Trump Tower tarot card, which is a sign of sudden, destructive change and chaos. This card follows after the 15th tarot card, which is the devil, and this is the reason Trump followed Obama into the office of the President of the United States and the chaos that ensued.
Thank you, Leader Pelosi. Now, today's events have made one thing clear. President Trump is plunging the country into chaos.
This is also the reason the insurrection or rebellion took place on January 6th, when Trump left office, since January 6th is 1/6 or 16, which points to Trump as the 16th Trump Tower tarot card, causing chaos.
On day one of the hearings, the committee hopes to document the horror of the day on Capitol Hill and Donald Trump's failure to do anything to stop it.
You'll never take back our country with weakness.
As I stated, this movie grossed $44 million, which points to Obama, but Jordan Peele is connected to Obama in another way as well. Peele was part of a sketch comedy called Key and Peele, and in one of the skits from this show, Peele played Obama and Key played his anger translator.
Now, before I begin, I just want to say that I know a lot of people out there seem to think that I don't get angry. That's just not true. I get angry a lot. It's just that the way I express passion is different from most. So, just so there's no more confusion, we've hired Luther here to be my anger translator. Luther?
This skit came full circle when Obama used Key as his anger translator at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Anyway, as always, I want to close on a more serious note. You know, I often joke about tensions between me and the press, but honestly, what they say doesn't bother me. I understand we've got an adversarial system. I'm a mellow sort of guy. And that's why I invited Luther, my anger translator, to join me here tonight.
Now, on to the movie. In one clip from the trailer, we see the character's father riding on a white horse when he gets killed. Apparently, he suffers a head wound and, as a result, loses one eye in the process, which gives us one eye symbolism. This points to the rider on the white horse found in Revelation 6:2, who is the Antichrist. The movie actually starts with a film of Edward Muybridge's The Horse in Motion.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse?
Edward Muybridge was an English photographer known for his pioneering work in photographic studies of motion and early work in motion picture projection. He was born in Kingston upon Thames in England in 1830, but at the age of 20, he immigrated to the United States. In 1860, he planned to return to Europe, but suffered serious head injuries in a stagecoach crash in Texas while he was en route. After his head wound, he exhibited a markedly changed personality, and he ended up murdering his wife's lover in 1874, but was acquitted. This was meant to point to the demonic possession that will occur after the Antichrist receives the deadly head wound and lives, as found in Revelation 13:2, which declares, "And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast." The loss of one eye points to the idol shepherd, as found in Zechariah 11:17, which declares, "Woe to the idol shepherd that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened." Keke Palmer's character, Emerald, uses the film of The Horse in Motion to claim that her and her brother, OJ, who is played by Daniel Kaluuya, are related to the man riding the horse in the film as a way to promote their horse training business.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great.
During the film, we learn that this man was killed by a nickel that fell inexplicably from the sky. The reference to the nickel falling from the sky is a reference to the angel that falls from heaven when the fifth angel sounds his trumpet in Revelation 9:1. But more on that in a moment. The reference to black cowboys in this film was not done by coincidence either. Here you see Jordan Peele directing a scene while wearing a hat with the words Compton Cowboys on it. You may remember that on June 7th, 2020, in Los Angeles County, which is a reference to the lost or fallen angels, that the Compton Cowboys joined in a Black Lives Matter peace walk through Compton. We know that Black Lives Matter is actually Black Matter Lives, which is a reference to the dark, evil, and demonic spirit of the devil inhabiting a human body. We were told this much by the vampire or Dracula character who is the son of the dragon in the movie Meet the Blacks 2.
You already know Black Lives Matter. This is Black Matter. They matter. They matter.
The Black Cowboy also connects back to the sacrifice of Nipsey Hussle, who is also a type of false messiah, since his friend Cowboy was with Nipsey just before he was killed. Notice this picture with Cowboy flashing one-eyed symbolism. The man who was with Nipsey a type of false messiah when he was murdered. Just like we see Suge flashing the one-eyed symbolism, the man who was with Tupac, who was also a type of false messiah when he was sacrificed as well. I told you before that Nipsey was a 6-0 Crip, and 6-0 is actually B.O., which stands for Barack Obama. Not only that, but we discussed the fact that Nipsey's killer was represented by Christopher Darden, who was one of the prosecutors in the O.J. Simpson trial.
911, what are you reporting? This is AC. I have OJ in the car. Okay, where are you? Please, I'm coming up the 5 freeway. Okay. Right now, we are okay, but you gotta tell the police to just back off. He's still alive, and he got a gun to his head.
We know that OJ's low-speed chase in the white Bronco on the 5 freeway was meant to symbolize the Antichrist, or rider on the white horse, and the setting free of the king of the bottomless pit after the 5th angel sounds in Revelation 9:1, which points back to the nickel that fell from the sky and killed Emerald's great-grandfather.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great.
This is the true reason that Daniel Kaluuya's character, who rides horses in the movie, is named OJ. The theme of a black cowboy also points back to the dreadhead cowboy who rode his horse on the Dan Ryan Expressway in Chicago on September 21st, 2020.
Police say the dreadhead cowboy met with Chicago police and state police in early September to get approval to do this. That request was denied, and today he did it anyway.
Hey, can you start heading to the Dan Ryan with this guy on a horse?
A horse on the highway.
Since Septem means 7, the date September 21st is actually 7/21, which points to the release of the movie Nope on 7/22. The date 7/21 also gives us 7777, which represents the lightning that fell from heaven in the phrase Barack Obama, as found in Luke 10:18. This is the reason that the black cowboy rode his horse in Chicago on the Dan Ryan. Dan is a reference to the apostate tribe of Dan, from which the Antichrist will come. We know Chicago is a reference to Obama. The tribe of Dan is represented by a serpent, and the name Ryan means king, thus pointing to Obama being crowned as the serpent king. Speaking of Obama being crowned as the Serpent King, this connects back to Nas's album, King's Disease, since Nas means serpent, and when his album, King's Disease, is combined with Obama's presidential portrait, it shows Obama being crowned as the Serpent King. Even more importantly is the fact that Obama's presidential portrait was painted by artist Kendi Wally, who also just so happened to erect a sculpture of a black man riding a horse, which was displayed in Times Square, called Rumors of War. The phrase Rumors of War is a biblical reference to the coming of the false Christ, as found in Matthew 24:5-6, which declares, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. This statue was set up on 8th Avenue and 46th Street in Times Square as a reference to the time 8:46, which is the exact time that American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center on 9/11. The time 8:46 also hides another secret, since 8 can be expressed as 4 plus 4, a reference to number 44, Obama, who read Psalm 46, declaring himself to be God on the site of 9/11.
Be still, and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations, I will be exalted in the earth.
Once again, 9/11 is a reference to Revelation 9:11 in the setting free or releasing of the king of the bottomless pit, Abaddon or Apollyon, which is the dark and evil spirit that will indwell the son of perdition. We are told that the name Nope means not of planet Earth, as a reference to aliens. However, we know aliens are nothing more than fallen angels, and in fact, in the movie, there's a character that helps Emerald and OJ in their plan to film the aliens, and his name is Angel Torres. The name Angel is a reference to the fallen angels or Nephilim giants. The name Torres means towers because of the height of the fallen angels, since Nephilim giants tower over human beings. The story is connected to a small theme park called Jupiter's Claim. Jupiter is equivalent to Zeus, the Olympian god who hurls lightning bolts from the sky. We know that at Obama's acceptance speech in 2008, the stage was set up as a copy of the altar of Zeus in Pergamum.
Profound gratitude and great humility, I accept your nomination.
We know that Pergamum is the seat of Satan, as we are told this in Revelation 2:12 and 13, which declares, "And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, These things saith he which hath the sharp sword with 2 edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth." As I mentioned earlier, in the movie Nope, Keke Palmer plays a character named Emerald Hayward, and Daniel Kaluuya plays her brother, OJ. It is important to note that on January 23rd this year, the movie Alice was released, in which Keke Palmer plays a slave who escapes to freedom.
I am freedom.
In like manner, Daniel Kaluuya's breakout role was in the movie, also directed by Jordan Peele, called Get Out. In this movie, wealthy white people auction off black people like slaves to the highest bidder. These slaves are then hypnotized and have their body possessed by the person who bought them by undergoing a surgery, but Daniel's character also manages to get out or get free from his captors. Hold on to this tidbit of information, as we'll come back to it later, and you will see its significance and how it all connects to the theme of being set free. As we said earlier, the movie Nope opened on 7/22/22 and grossed 44 million. We know that the number 44 represents Obama. But check this out. Remember earlier, we talked about Obama being crowned as the Serpent King. Well, the number 7 is the Hebrew letter Zayin, which means crown. Also, 22 plus 22 equals 44, which means the date Nope was released, 7/22/22, was meant to point to Barack Obama, number 44, being crowned. Not only that, but 7/22 is 13 days before Obama's birthday, which is August 4th, or 8/4. We know the number 13 represents rebellion and the rebellious fallen angels, as well as the lawless one, the Antichrist. July 22nd, 2022 can also be expressed as 7/22/2022, and when we add the numbers together, 7 plus 2 plus 2 equals 11, and 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, giving us 11/6. Now, if we invert the numbers and reverse them, 11/6 becomes 9/11. Once again, this is a reference to Revelation 9:11 and the opening of the bottomless pit, which allows the king of the bottomless pit, Abaddon or Apollyon, to escape. But it doesn't stop there. The real reason why this film is called Nope is because when you move the letter N to the end of the word Nope, you get the word open, which is a reference to the opening of the bottomless pit. It is also important that we realize that the date 7/22 has other ominous connections as well, because on 7/22/2011, which also gives us 7/22/22, since 1 plus 1 equals 2, a bombing and a mass shooting occurred in Oslo, Norway, when a bomb exploded in the capital, and then an hour later, a gunman who was dressed like a police officer opened fire and killed several children at a summer camp.
That horrific story still unfolding out of Oslo, Norway, the city where they hand out the Nobel Peace Prize, under siege today in 2 deadly attacks playing out one after the other. Here's what we know tonight: more than a dozen dead, and that number could very well go higher. And take a look at the pictures still coming in. First, the bomb blast tearing through the heart of Oslo, targeting government buildings, shattering glass, scattering debris, police rushing to the wounded. Then a short time later and a short distance away, gunfire at a youth camp. A man dressed as a police officer opening fire in a crowd.
Netflix produced a movie about the incident called The 22nd of July.
Can I see your ID?
Yeah, sure.
What was that?
Run, Victoria, run!
Besides this event occurring on 7/22, the same day that the movie Nope was released, this event is connected to the movie Nope in another way as well. On December 9th, 2009, a mysterious spiral opened up in the skies over Oslo, Norway, just as Obama arrived to accept his Nobel Peace Prize.
And yet I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the considerable controversy that your generous decision has generated. In part, this is because I am at the beginning and not the end of my labors on the world stage. Compared to...
Remember, the movie Nope is about a so-called eye in the sky watching the humans below. The eye in the sky represents the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. This also connects to the Alan Parsons Project in their song, Eye in the Sky. This also connects to the occult Thelemite practitioner and NASA rocket scientist Jack Parsons and Aleister Crowley, who both tried satanic rituals to open portals to hell. Keke Palmer's character, Emerald, can be seen wearing a t-shirt with the words, "The Jesus Lizard," on the back. The Jesus Lizard is a reference to the false Christ, since the word lizard means serpent, and it is derived from the Latin word lacertus, which translates to sea fish, a reference to largemouth fishes with lizard-like heads. Clearly, this so-called Jesus lizard is a reference to the beast that rises from the sea, the false Christ, the Antichrist. On the front of her t-shirt, there's a picture of a coyote or wolf with his tongue hanging out, hearts in his eyes, and a heart in the background. This wolf is displaying feelings of lust or love for a human woman, which is the reason a woman is wearing the shirt. This points to the fallen angels that fell in love with human women when they fell to earth. We spoke about this in a recent video where I mentioned the Stoneman Douglas shooting, which occurred on Valentine's Day in the number 17 that was placed inside of a heart for MSD Strong. I also mentioned the movie City of Angels.
Good grab. Nathaniel Messenger, glutton, hedonist, former celestial body, recent addition to the human race.
The fallen angels then represent wolves in sheep's clothing. They are not of planet Earth. However, they hide their true supernatural bodies beneath human flesh. This is the significance of the wolf displaying feelings of love and lust. The wolf also connects back to the mass shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, since their logo is the coyote or wolf. In this clip, you also see Emerald wearing a shirt with the word coyote on it while she makes the devil's hand sign with her left hand. Her brother OJ is wearing an Air Jordan t-shirt, which points to the Chicago Bulls, which represents the horned bull god Molech, to whom children were sacrificed. Ultimately, this points to the devil, who is the prince of the power of the air, and Obama, who is from Chicago. It is important to note that Jordan Peele directed this movie, and the name Jordan also connects to the Chicago Bulls. The name Jordan means the fallen, and the name Peele means antelope, which is a horned, deer-like mammal, and points to the stag god Cernunnos. Thus, Jordan Peele is a reference to the fallen, horned god. In fact, another character in the movie who tries to catch the aliens on film is called Antler's host. The definition of a host is a living organism that acts as a harbor for invading pathogenic organisms. Therefore, Antler's host represents a person possessed by the horned god, the devil, or Satan. There can be no doubt that they are making reference to the Antichrist, who will be indwelt by the king of the bottomless pit. In closing, it is clear that the movie Nope has a considerable amount of hidden symbolism in it that is meant to exalt the devil and his antichrist, Barack Obama. This film is just more propaganda mixed with media magic, which was produced with the intent to mesmerize and enchant its unsuspecting viewers, all while indoctrinating them into the worship of the devil, paving the way for the crowning of Barack Obama, number 44, as the Antichrist. Obviously, time is short. There's not much time left before the Antichrist and his New World Order beast system is set up and the fallen angels begin to make themselves known openly. If you have not given your life to the Most High by accepting the blood sacrifice of the Paschal Lamb, Yahushua HaMashiach, which was shed on the cross as a propitiation for the redemption of sins, the time to do so is now. Amen. Shalom.